Let's talk about the benefits of resumability versus hydration. The argument I will make is that hydration-based systems start with good initial performance for small applications, but as the complexity of the application goes up, the performance will go down. Let's look at two new technologies, Remix and Fresh. I think both solutions are highly innovative and bring lots of new ideas to the industry. They both have inspired many features in Qwik. I picked them because they are new solutions. Therefore, the first sites built with them have small footprint, as you can see right here. What I want to point out is that as the application gets more complex, the amount of JavaScript increases and the performance goes down. The site performance correlates inversely with the amount of JavaScript. The takeaway here is more about JavaScript than any specific framework. Both Remix and Next.js use React as the underlying rendering technology. And you can see as the amount of JavaScript increases in Remix, rivaling that of Next.js websites, you can see that the performance actually approaches each other. And this makes total sense because they both use React for rendering. Let's add Astro to the mix. While Astro can have many rendering technologies, developers typically use Astro with React, so these things are comparable. Through the island technology, the amount of JavaScript shipped to the client stays the same. And as a result, the Astro website performance stays the same even as Astro becomes more popular and people build more and more complicated websites with Astro. So the argument I'm trying to make here is that the performance of your website is inversely correlated to the amount of JavaScript that the website has to execute. And this should make intuitive sense. The reason why Astro websites continue to have good performance is because through the Astro client directive, it is possible to defer the execution of JavaScript, and more importantly, through the island, it is possible to not download most of the JavaScript associated with the website. While Astro is an example of an innovative solution, it is not a general purpose solution. Astro documentation calls this out directly, saying that their main focus is on content-centric websites. If you were to build an application where the page would be filled with interactive islands, and all of the islands would have to hydrate on startup, you would see the same degradation in performance as you see in other solutions. Enter resumability as popularized by Qwik. Unlike the island approach, which minimizes the amount of screen real estate that needs to hydrate, resumability skips hydration altogether. No matter how complex the interactivity of your site, there is no need to execute the application JavaScript until the user interacts with the website. Qwik is a general purpose framework, so you can build not only content-centric sites, but also complex applications with it, and you will retain the benefit of no JavaScript on startup. If you compare Astro and Qwik, you will see that they have about the same performance, and also they deliver about the same amount of JavaScript to the client. I want to convince you that startup performance is about one thing, and that is to minimize the amount of JavaScript that needs to be executed on site startup. Because hydration eagerly executes application code, the startup performance will be inversely proportional to the amount of JavaScript needed for hydration. Most frameworks don't directly take on the responsibility of minimizing the amount of JavaScript and leave it up to the developers with predictable outcomes. Frameworks, such as Qwik and Astro, that take JavaScript size as their responsibility have a much better startup performance, which remains even after the site scales. Resumability is the ultimate way to have your cake and eat it too, as it does not require running any JavaScript on application startup.